We're already deep into this engine swap with the 454 mostly mocked up, but just like with any engine swap, clearance issues are showing up fast.
Built with soul, not just steel.
Customer came in with a tired 396 and we're swapping it out for a 454 big block. Same engine family, but that doesn't mean it fits right in. Customer's goal was more torque and more power, but just like with any swap, things started stacking up fast. We've already got the 454 mocked into place with the motor mounts loosely placed in there, but we're already running into clearance issues such as brake boosters and possibly air cleaners. So this is something that when you're doing an engine swap, you need to look into. Another thing to be aware about when you're doing a crate engine swap, we're probably going to end up having to replace this distributor if the customer wants to keep his factory gauges. The old distributor, if I can find the mechanism here, is a cable-driven tachometer to the gauge inside the car, and unfortunately this distributor does not come with the cable port. They do sell some MSD ignition systems with that port, but we got to make sure we have one that'll fit, because we definitely want a tachometer in here because it is a working factory original 65 Corvette gauge. Show you a couple of the tools that every home shop needs, or if you're even in the industry. These are items that you're going to need for doing any kind of swap. It doesn't matter if you're just doing a 396 over to a 454 like on this Corvette, or if you're doing an LS swap. These tools right here are seriously important tools for you guys to be able to go ahead and move forward with your projects in an efficient and safe manner. First up is going to be a cherry picker with a load leveler. This one's a game changer when you're working solo, letting you tilt the engine as needed to clear the firewall, adjust the mounts, and match the angle of the transmission when you're putting the two together. Next, a good low profile jack. Classic cars like the C2 sit low and ground clearance is already an issue before you even start wrenching. This thing will get right underneath this thing and help support that transmission when you're connecting the engine to the transmission. And of course, last but not least, a really good engine stand. I like to use one that allows me to rotate the motor 360 degrees so I can assemble the parts that go on the motor before dropping it into the engine bay. I've got links in the description to similar tools I'm using here. Nothing fancy, just reliable and definitely must-haves. 3 quick lessons about doing engine swaps. Mock everything up before your final installation. Check all clearances before tightening anything down. And finally, things like exhaust and headers, make sure you have clearance and room. Luckily, with this engine in particular, it uses the exact same exhaust headers and manifolds. So the only thing we may have issues with is a little bit of exhaust movement. We may need to move the exhaust about a ½ inch forward. If you want to see all the exact issues we've ran into and exactly what parts we used or how we came about fixing those issues, head on over to our Patreon where you can see extended versions of this project and in-depth detail of how we got around each one of those issues. This is JP Street Performance, where dream cars are built, not bought. From the first cut to the final pass, I'll see you on the next project.